Hi there, this is Olga Amelkina-Vera, and I wanted to introduce my composition Pulsar, which you're about to hear. Pulsar is a sequel to an earlier work of mine that was called Nebulae, which I wrote in 2013. Pulsar was written in 2018 and takes up the same kind of fascination with space phenomena that I've always had. In this composition, I was particularly intrigued by the concept of a pulsar, which is what happens after a star collapses upon itself in a supernova. And what is left is a very dense, compact, highly magnetized and quickly spinning celestial object, a neutron star or white dwarf. And we perceive its light as a pulsation because, like a lighthouse, we only see its light reaching us when it's turned to us. They spin very, very quickly and emit a lot of energy. And so this kind of image of a very dense object that was packed with energy, all this kind of pent-up nervous energy, is what you hear in that opening groove, and you will hear for the remainder of the piece. It will keep coming back. A couple of other interesting things about pulsars that you may notice in the composition is that sometimes they glitch, and sometimes their regular pulsation gets disrupted. And so you may hear that as well. The way that pulsars die is they just sort of slow down and eventually stop. And that's exactly what you're going to hear in the end of the piece. And there will be a couple of other maybe slightly unexpected departures from that kind of tight rhythmic pulsation. The way I think of those departures, one will sound very much kind of like an old-fashioned, almost like a retro, melancholy and somewhat sentimental music. It's almost as if we were traveling through space and all of a sudden we went through some kind of a rip in the fabric of time-space continuum and ended up somewhere on Earth in a nice, genteel salon of the 19th century, just kind of sitting there completely unawares that we were just traveling in space and time just seconds earlier. And then just as quickly we are torn back into that same pulsing space traveling groove. So you will hear that kind of return to the salon, to the 19th century salon a couple of times. And then there's also another section which is a more desolate feeling. Almost, I think of it as kind of like being lost in space. Maybe being accidentally detached from your spaceship and in the capsule and just drifting forever in the vastness of space and not being able to find your way back. Thankfully, we do find our way back, and you will hear that as well, and we find our groove back, and we're off again to the races. But there will be that one kind of desolate little moment in the composition. Anyway, I hope you enjoy Pulsar, and thank you so much to Martha Masters and the Guitar Ensemble of Cal State Fullerton for performing my piece. Thank you. Bye.